Welcome back. You're still watching Lunchtime Politics, and I've been joined in the studio by our senior political correspondent, Shehu Onkibaloye. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
It's rather interesting developments in the last couple of, would you say, minutes, and this is kicking off with River State. A lot of people are quite confused about the judgment of October 2018, the 10th, and what is coming on now. I mean, Emmanuel Ray has given us, the latest on the judgment today, but, you know, flowing from October the 10th of last year, what can you tell us leading up to the judgment today?
Within the APC, there's been the contest for, don't forget, it started with the crisis in the leadership of the party, who has a right to conduct the primaries. What kind of primaries can they conduct? Indirect or direct primaries. It started with all of that. So the Flag and Macri faction of the party conducted his own primaries. When it emerged, that was not quite at home with the Senator Magnus Abe faction of the party. They did their own primaries. So the contest in the APC is on one hand. So there's a two-way to the judgment of today. The case between PDP challenging INEC over whether or not APC has a right to bring a candidate into the race. Those are major issues that people were looking out for today in today's judgment, where the Federal High Court nullified all the primaries conducted by both factions of the APC in the state and declared all candidates presented by the party for the 2019 elections as null and void. So what it then means is that the APC might be in a quagmire, looking forward to appeal that case, looking forward to take the case to the next layer of the court process. So it's going to take some time. Don't forget, it's less than 40 days to the election. The APC will be speeding against time. The APC wants to know whether or not it has a candidate. The national body of the party has the right to field candidates for this. So they might be interpreting what this judgment means for the APC. And that is not the only courtroom where the case of the APC is heard in relation to the governorship race. So it's a lot of, it's a tough chew for the APC. There's an internal crisis and a battle from the outside.
And if we look at this, I remember something that they have also mentioned, and this is when they first heard about the Senator Magnus Abe and 46 others and the issue with INEC and the National Working Committee of the party. They did say, especially the campaign, the person managing the campaign, Chidi Lord, I believe, stated that the primaries that brought Tonyeko as the APC gubernatorial candidate was done within the ambit of the law. I mean, many people could argue that with this latest judgment, what do we have now?
The party and some of the leaders have been fighting over the validity of some of the judgments that have been received, some of the court cases. There have been injunctions. There have been court cases filed from some of the lowest part of the court to the High Court in River State. And they will tell you that one faction says it has a judgment. Another faction will tell you they have a judgment, a superior judgment. But today, the party will come out to give his own interpretation, because now it does not only affect the Flag and Macri faction, it does also affect the Senator Magnus Abe faction. Don't forget, I said, it's a two-way judgment that is coming up today that was heard today. So the case of whether or not INEC can allow APC to field a candidate, and the case of Senator Magnus Abe challenging the Flag and Macri faction
to be filled as the candidate.
Exactly. So those cases are there. Maybe it might be too early to make a position on this. The party will tell us what they are doing in the coming days or hours. They need to move fast, because they will. I'm very certain they may want to challenge this, appeal this case, perhaps to the highest court in the land.
And another thing, that people of Rivers, I mean, what would be going through their minds now? I mean, those who are following this political party and even the opposition at this point in time with regards to this, who knows what will be on their mind, seeing that the elections are just right around the corner.
Yes, about 40 days. But the good thing for this one is the fact that the case is in court. So there might be some leverage for concentration over this matter with INEC, because INEC is a party in this case. Another very important issue to note is that the opening of the first ballot is about 40 days, but the governorship election is 2 weeks after the first day of ballot, the presidential and the National Assembly elections. So it's going to be in March before the governorship election we hold. But there is a bit of a confusion that this brings in the atmosphere in Rivers State. Some of those who are supporters of the APC might not know where they stand, who their candidate is because of this judgment back and forth in court, because that's what the APC has done. For people who are watching Rivers State closely, Rivers State has always been a very interesting politics, at least in the last few years, in the last few election cycles. So not only that people of Rivers State are passionate about the election, the election, on the election day, we've seen a lot of violence that happened in 2011. In 2015, we saw a lot of violence. In the rerun, a lot of violence. So seeing this kind of situation happening in the courtroom the election era, it tells you that we might be seeing some very interesting time in the election of Rivers State governorship.
And of course, you also be bringing the latest to us here.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Kimoloye, for your insight into that, he says, double-edged sword with regards to the politics in Rivers State. Well, let's move on right now to the north-central region of the country. There's always been a swing region in our elections. Most times where the region goes oftentimes determines the chances of the winner at the center in Plateau State. Well, the race this time appears to be a very interesting one, and one that will get the attention of many Nigerians. The incumbent opened his campaign last week, but the main opposition party is planning its own launch tomorrow. Our correspondent, Yemi Kosoko, gives us a feel of the atmosphere in Plateau State. Yemi, what more do we know?
Okay, thank you. Following the meeting by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Plateau State with the various political parties on the plateau, political activities kicked off in earnest here on the plateau. And kicking off that campaign was the All Progressive Congress on Friday, where Governor Simon Lalong flagged off his campaign for his second-term bid. Present at the Rampant Township Stadium for the flag-off was the chairman of APC, Adams Oshomole, ably assisted by the DG Buhari Oshibajo, campaign organization Rotimi Amechi, alongside Senator George Akume and other party stalwarts that came to Jos for the flag-off of the re-election of Simon Bakolalong. And on Tuesday, the PDP, that is the People's Democratic Party, will be in Mangu, where they will flag off the campaign of their own governorship aspirant, in which Jeremiah Timbuktu Hussaini, the former minister of FCT, is flying the flag of PDP for the governorship of Plateau State. Yemi Kosoko, Channels Television News.
And you've been served lunchtime today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Nwaka. I'll see you tomorrow.